Jaguar Wright is back at it again, and she just exposed Beyonce for allegedly cheating on Jay-Z with her bodyguard. There have been some rumors going around in the last couple of years about Beyonce and Julius De Beor actively hooking up behind Jay-Z's back, but nobody's ever actually provided receipts to prove it up until now. And what's even crazier is that Julius isn't the only person that Beyonce's been linked to. There have also been several people in the past that she's allegedly hooked up with, and Jaguar is exposing all of it. And when it comes to Beyonce leaving Jay-Z, this rumor has actually been going around for a while, and it got even louder when Jay-Z was linked to Diddy's crimes. Word on the street is Jay is about to go down, and Beyonce already has stuff put in motion to separate her assets from him because she does not plan on going down with him. Things are about to get real messy with the Carter family, and a lot of tea is about to be spilled. Now, there have been several names that have come up in connection to Beyonce's affairs over the last few years, but the most popular is her bodyguard. And she recently kind of confirmed it herself when she made an entire song about the man. See, back in 2014, a source from Beyonce's camp revealed that Jay actually caught Julius and Beyonce getting intimate, and he wanted to fire him, but Beyonce told him he wasn't going nowhere. And I'm sure y'all have heard about Jay also cheating on Beyonce, so her hooking up with her bodyguard was more of a payback. I mean, she does have an entire album about Jay cheating on her, and she still went back to him. The source said, Jay definitely thinks that there was and may still be something romantic going on between B and Julius. He wanted to fire Julius last February, but Beyonce said Julius isn't going anywhere. They've spent a lot of time together behind closed doors. He's even stayed in her hotel room. But see, he's just one of Beyonce's many alleged affairs, because back in 2003, there were speculations about her hooking up with Sean Paul right after they released their collaboration, Baby Boy. Despite the song being a mega worldwide hit and spending 9 weeks at #1 on the Billboard 100, they only performed it together like 3 times. And according to reports, Beyonce was scared about people catching on to her affair with him. Sean seemingly confirmed this when he said that he wished his relationship with Beyonce had blossomed into something bigger because they really had a connection. He said, "I wish it did. She's beautiful. It was a big, fat, sexy song, sexy video, song, and a lot of sexy rumors." He also seemingly put Beyonce on blast for cutting him off out of nowhere once the rumors of their affair got to going wild. He even recalled the time that Beyonce left him out of her VMAs performance despite them planning to perform the song together and even going to rehearsals to the performance together. "I'm sitting there in the crowd with my present wife, and Paris Hilton is sitting in front of me. Beyonce is coming down the stairs singing the song, and Paris Hilton turns to me and goes, 'Why aren't you up there?' It was embarrassing and weird." Sean decided to be petty by throwing the embarrassment back in Beyonce's face when he also ditched her at the last minute at a show in Washington, which they had planned to perform together. "I went there, did my show, and then waited around for a while, and I got pissed off. There was like, there are 3,000 influential people waiting out there for you to do it. And I was like, there are 50 million people watching the VMAs. I'm not doing that. And I left." And then there was Terrence Howard, who people also speculated that he and Beyonce had hooked up after Beyonce gave him a lap dance on stage back in 2005. Beyonce and the rest of Destiny's Child were performing their hit song Cater to You while wearing very tight nude colored dresses that showed off their curves. At one point during the performance, the girls were looking for 3 lucky guys in the crowd to give a lap dance to, and Beyonce decided to personally pick Terrence. She danced on him, sang on him, and literally left that man mesmerized. Child, that was a lot. And after this, it was rumored that Beyonce and Terrence had a little fling going on, but it ain't last very long, and she went right back to Jay-Z. But it looks like her marriage with Jay is also reaching the end of its time, because according to several reports, Beyonce and Jay are in the middle of a divorce, and she's already separated her assets from him. Apparently, Jay-Z has had a lot of dirty dealings with Diddy, and he's next up to be exposed right after the industry finishes up with Diddy Diddy and throws him in jail. According to several insiders, Beyonce and Jay's marriage wasn't even real in the first place. Jay needed a successful female artist by his side so he could be a powerhouse, and Beyonce was the perfect fit for it. Beyonce, on the other hand, also needed a very powerful industry man by her side so she could find herself into the spaces that she wasn't accepted in by herself. And Jay just so happened to be the right guy for that. However, now that Jay's about to go down, Beyonce has no reason to keep going on their alleged fake marriage, and she's out the door. She wants to make sure she rakes in as much money as she possibly can before everything about Jay's dealings with Diddy come out. Now, this was confirmed by YouTube blogger Storm Monroe, who said Beyonce is very well aware of what's about to happen, and that's why she's pushing out all these projects. I mean, have y'all noticed how she's putting out so many things in such a short amount of time? Raking in all this money from her fans? She wrapped up the Renaissance tour not too long ago, and then she released a movie, a hair care line, and a new album, Cowboy Carter. As if that wasn't already way too many things to put out in just a year, she already has another tour on the way that she's gonna be announcing very soon. It's unlike Beyonce to push out this many projects in such a short amount of time, unless she knows something's coming up that could possibly destroy the influence that she has on people.
And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask Jason Lee. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce him. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, "Oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life, blah 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 blah." Now, before all this happens, we may get another tour. We may get another album out of both of them. I don't know, because at the end of the day, they about their money first. They're gonna do what's best for business first. As far as Beyonce is concerned, do she love him? I mean, he's really all that she knows.
And do y'all remember when I said Beyonce's rumored to be having an affair with her bodyguard? Well, people believe that he's the reason Beyonce wants to leave Jay. In fact, a song on her new album called Bodyguard has people believing that Beyonce was singing about him. She sang how safe and protected she felt whenever she was with him, and how they've been doing freaky stuff in the backseat of her car when they're alone. She said, "I give you kisses in the backseat. I whisper your wishes in the backseat. They couldn't catch you, and they never will. Sometimes I hold you closer just to know you're real." But it don't stop there, because Jaguar Wright has entered the chat, and she has a lot to say. She accused Jay of keeping Beyonce on substances in order to control her.
Jay-Z, why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl. Not my beauty.
In fact, just a couple months ago, Beyonce's ex-bodyguard, Uncle Ron, came out and spilled all the tea about how Jay keeps Beyonce under control by pumping her up with hard substances.
But I'll say, man, yeah, Beyonce's on. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
And then there was this viral video of Beyonce looking zoned out at a basketball game with Jay. She could barely keep her eyes open and kept slowly swinging her head from side to side to stay awake. Her PR team at the time tried to get ahead of the situation by claiming she was just tired from rehearsals, but nobody was buying that. Shortly after this, Beyonce's assistant told Media Takeout that Jay was putting his hands on her. The assistant said, "Seems that for a while he's had a problem with keeping his hands to himself. Now, I've never seen him just flat flat out strike B, but too many times have I seen him shove and push her. At first, I thought that it was just a little horseplay thing between the two of them, but once I saw how embarrassed was to be manhandled in front of me in Saint Tropez, I realized that it was no joke. I've been Beyonce's assistant and friend for a while now, and I've always wanted to say something, but I never felt it was my place. He treats Beyonce like she's an object and not a person. So as y'all can see, this divorce has a lot to do with Beyonce's alleged affair with him, but a lot of other things have happened that have contributed to her clocking out of this marriage. But as usual, Beyonce wants to keep things private until the right time before announcing her separation from Jay. People had a whole lot to say about this, like this person who said, "She is a broom-riding, cauldron-stirring witch. She's in the satanic rituals as much as he is." Another person said, "Beyonce's gonna go down with Jay, so all that distancing herself won't mean a thing." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Beyonce getting exposed for having an affair with her bodyguard? And what do y'all think about her divorcing Jay? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.